Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies. And today I'm going to be doing a movie roundup video where I talk about the movies, TV shows, and animes I watched in the last few weeks or so. Oh my god, it's so hot. The temperature is rising. Jesus. So anyways, today I'm going to be doing a movie roundup video. I've been busy as hell, but for the last few days I've been a little bit free again because all my classes have finished. And now I need to study for the finals. So anyways, to start off, I watched Assassins 33 AD. This is the last film I had to watch for my religion class, and oh my god, it sucks ass. This is essentially a pro-Christian propaganda movie with terrible acting, terrible CGI that came straight out of CW's Supergirl, and film sets that look like they came from The Flash. The dialogues are laughable, and the time travel story is so confusing it honestly rivals Primer. It is a terrible movie, and it's hilarious. 2 out of 10. Then I watched The Host by Joon-Ho, and holy balls, it's good. On the surface, it seems like a pretty normal monster movie, but it's actually a very witty and funny social commentary on the government and the people's reaction to the monster, and the bureaucracy and the politics and the American interference. The characters are likable and fun, and the cinematography and music are fantastic as well. Joon-Ho's use of the dramatic irony is just masterful, and I can totally see the Alfred Hitchcock influences. 9 out of 10. Then I watched Cloudbusting, which is my own short film. I know, I'm watching my own short again. This time around it's because I submitted this short film to another film festival within USC, and in return I gained 4 Instagram followers. So if you ask me if it's worth it, I'll say yes, it's totally worth it. Then I watched And Life Goes On, also known as Life and Nothing More by Abbas Kiarostami. This is the second film in Kiarostami's Coker trilogy, and as expected, nothing happens in the movie. But there's also a lot to chew on, like the Persian nature, and the people, and the villages, and the commentary on filmmaking, and the selfishness of being a director. It's a meta movie, so that's really interesting. There is a certain blend between documentary and fiction in this film that constantly makes me question how a scene is shot, or how a shot is shot, so it's very interesting that way. 8 out of 10. Yeah. Then I watched The World of Kanako, and yes, Komatsu Nana, she can step on me, and I will thank her for it. But jokes aside, if you're looking for a Japanese crime thriller that is so committed to its edginess, this movie is for you, because it's insanely edgy as it is jam-packed with sexual assault, and rape, and hardcore bullying, and violence, domestic violence, and drug use, and corrupt policemen, and things that are much worse. It is non-stop edginess. Usually films like this are pretty cheesy, but I kind of appreciate how committed this film is to that kind of edginess. Also, I think Yakusho Koji carried the film, same with Komatsu Nana, so I kind of liked it, but I would totally understand why if you don't. 8 out of 10. Then I went to Braindead Studios and watched Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters by Paul Schrader. And yes, it is a masterpiece. It is probably the greatest biopic I've ever seen. The production design is fantastic. The music, mwah, exquisite. But most importantly, this is an incredibly interesting way to understand and deconstruct a figure. 10 out of 10. Then on the next day, I watched Dirty Computer, the music video. Yeah. This is the last film we had to watch for my Intro to Film Studies class. It's basically a 1 hour long music video, and honestly I've seen this. Back in 2018 I saw this, and it was really impressive back then, you know, cool lighting and cool production, but now when I watch it in 2024, it just feels kind of corporate for some reason. Still good though. Then I watched Crumb by Terry Zwigoff. I watched it for a paper that I had to write for my American film history class, and oh my god, I kept falling asleep. And it's not to say that this documentary is boring or anything, it's just that I'm sleep deprived and I've been extremely tired for the last 16 goddamn weeks. But I have to admit, this documentary is fascinating. but sometimes I can't help but feel detached from its subject. I don't know why. Again, maybe it's just because I'm tired, but right now I'm just gonna give it an 8 out of 10. But realistically, I probably shouldn't even give this a rating. Then immediately the next day, I watched Hoop Dreams, and this is the final film for my American film history class. This is an extremely long-winded documentary at 3 hours long, but it is fascinating because it portrays the quote-unquote American dream and the trials and tribulations that come with it. I also feel kind of detached from those characters, and once again, I almost fell asleep in the first hour. I just can't help but keep falling asleep watching documentaries. I don't know why. But yeah, I'll definitely need to rewatch Hoop Dreams. 8 out of 10. Then I watched Shogun, which is a new limited TV show from FX, and oh my god, it is a fantastic TV show. God damn, do I miss period TV shows that border on political thrillers and war. The production design and the cinematography are excellent, and there are a lot of well-written moments in the show. Instead of going for shock value, there are a lot of subtleties at play, and I just really appreciate that. I also made a 20-minute long individual full-length review, so check that one out. This one, I'm feeling a decent 9 out of 10. Then I watched Dial 999 for Murder, which is just some random old Hong Kong film from the 1950s that I found on YouTube, because I wanted to watch more old black and white Hong Kong movies. And usually old films don't do that to me, but this old film felt old. Like, it just feels old. It feels like it's written by someone who's never seen a film before. It's a murder mystery with the most normal main characters ever, with the most obvious villain ever, with the most stereotypical crime, with the most predictable plot points. The entire film feels old. It's like there's nothing interesting, there's nothing about it that stands out. It's like whoever wrote this just was born into the world or something. I guess the most interesting thing about this film is that characters in this film still speak Cantonese that is similar today. It's been almost 70 years since this movie has came out, and people still speak Cantonese similarly. 5 out of 10. Finally, to end off the month, I watched Throw Down by Johnny To. This is easily Johnny To's most visually stunning film so far, but also his most confusing work. Confusing, but that doesn't make the film any less enjoyable because it just has so much fun with itself. Sometimes it's incredibly funny, sometimes it's incredibly heartfelt, but most of the time it's just a lot of judo and a lot of throwdowns, a lot of martial arts, and they're very fun to watch. This film is also a Kurosawa tribute, and I can see why. This is also available on Criterion, by the way, so hell yeah. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. So yeah, I originally also planned to watch another film, and also the Apothecary Diaries, but I just keep running out of fucking time because I've been so busy, oh my god. So, have you watched these films? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.